In Consumer Corner, we take a look at trends creating a buzz here in China. On today's show, we'll discuss the movie industry in China. According to China's most popular movie website, Tiny Times is still #1 in Chinese theaters. The movie is Guo JingMing's adaptation of his own novel. It was released in theaters on July 27th. It set the record for the highest opening day box office for a 2D movie in China. In its first week, the movie took in more than 150 million renminbi. That's around $25 million US. Tiny Times has already raked in around $68 million in mainland China up to this week. The Zack Snyder-directed Man of Steel is currently in third. It has made around $60 million since its opening in China. The second most popular movie now is a Hong Kong detective film. The director of Tiny Times, Guo JingMing, has a huge fan base in China. Most of his fan base are females under 20 years old. He gets attention similar to that of boy bands and Twighlight. The summer holiday has been beneficial to sales. They relate well to his story about the friendship of 4 girls. Many people really dislike Guo JingMing. He became famous for a book that many accuse him of plagiarizing. He's capitalized on his infamy. He is now one of the most famous and hated celebrities in China. His feel-good story has also drawn a lot of criticism itself. The famous Chinese screenwriter and film critic Chen Qing-song wrote on his microblog, quote, "Switch and Tiny Times have brought Chinese cinema into the worst of times." Switch is the latest blockbuster film by Chinese superstar Andy Lau. This was a highly anticipated Mandarin language film. It was produced on a $20 million US budget, which is huge for a Chinese film. It was shot in Dubai at the same hotel as Tom Cruise's famous stunt in Mission Impossible 4. After it was released in mainland China, it aroused more criticism than praise from Chinese audiences. Switch was graded only 2.9 out of 10 on Douban Movie. That's China's most popular film discussion site. Another net user raised the question, quote, "This is a weird time. All the bad movies are pocketing money. These commercially driven movies are overwhelming good ones. Most movie makers are only paying attention to the box office and money. No one pays attention to the quality of their work. So why are so many buying tickets for these bad movies?" This question was debated by many Chinese movie makers at the 16th Shanghai International Film Festival. Most attendants think China's movie market is not mature enough. They say that the behavior is irrational. On one hand, audiences are criticizing all these movies. Some are angered by the low quality of the movie making. On the other hand, most of these bad movies are making more than those supposedly better ones. The data here shows that most of these movies will keep earning money for a long time. The final box office of Switch was around $47 million. 60% of that was earned in the first week. The other 40% came the next 2 weeks. The opposite happened to a Taiwan movie. Touch of the Light was released in the mainland the same time as Switch. It had won 3 Golden Horse Awards in Taiwan and was highly praised. However, the movie had trouble bringing in viewers. Both Switch and Tiny Times occupied over 40% of the total showtimes in theaters. Touch of the Light only had 2.5% of the slots. The box office numbers for the film were less than $900,000 in all of mainland China. The producer of Touch of the Light criticized the Chinese movie industry for squeezing them out of the market. He thinks the cinemas force viewers to watch bad films instead of artsy films like his own. Some net users agree with the idea that today is the worst time for the Chinese movie industry. One wrote, quote, "It is the worst time for the Chinese movie industry, since those movies of no quality can earn so much money. However, it can also be the best time for me, because I have confidence that we will have some really great movies later." Another commenter wrote, quote, "Many people going to the cinema today are just hoping to have fun, rather than appreciating artwork or seeking deeper meaning. The box office cannot be the only judge of a good or bad movie. Everyone has their own judgment. Only if you can find something you need from the movie would it be worth buying a ticket. Movie preference is a matter of individual taste. It's hard to say that a movie is more artistic just because it's less fun. His movie has been called shallow. If that is the case, then there is clearly demand for shallow movies. Many celebrities are able to capitalize on their bad celebrity. Guo JingMing has just done it really well. If anything, he's found a niche in the Chinese movie market that international films can't reach. This case can be considered a microcosm for many industries."